today.
It's spinning. Is it happening?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay, there it is.
We're totally live. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Dad Joke Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm traveling to Indy Wednesday, which is why we have to have like an hour and 15-minute show. And then I got to get the hell out of here. So it is a travel day, you guys. Make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube. Do that. Subscribe to our YouTube. Do it, because we're about ready to be shut down on Facebook. I don't know how many times we have to tell you that, but click subscribe on our YouTube. Please do it. I implore you. Also, visit codefense.com because dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Here's their shampoo.
They have the shampoo. They have the preventative powder. That stuff is bomb. It's so great. Use code CHICKS when you check out. Save 15% 15% off your order. Codefense.com. Use code CHICKS. Do it.
You guys. Thank you so much for all of the birthday wishes. I haven't even looked at our Facebook groups or our Facebook page because there were so many messages in so many places from all y'all, and it was overwhelming. And I will see all those messages. It is my goal to see every last one of them, and I just appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I just appreciate all of the love. It was a very, very, very nice birthday. I had a
good dinner
here doing work on the house to get it ready for sale. That was fine. I had a really lovely dinner. It was fine. It was great. It was it was just a day, but like I had a really nice dinner with my family at the end of it.
It was a grown-up birthday. It was a
grown-up birthday.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And today I also plan to look up discounts for 55-year-olds.
You should.
I want to know where I can get all the discounts. So that's a goal of today. 2 super stickers already. Alexandra, thank you. She says, good morning. How does Moses start his morning? He brews a pot of coffee.
Get it? See what he did there?
Biblical Dad Joke Wednesday.
Hebrews.
Hebrews.
Uh-huh.
And John Newbaum, thank you. John says, if only Trump could bring the parents of Laken Riley and Kate Steinle to tomorrow's debate. Monday marks the 9th anniversary of Kate's murder. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, it's been 9 years.
Wow.
Gosh, I remember talking about that on the radio, don't you?
Yeah, 9 years.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And Casey Walters, thank you very, very much for that. Over on Venmo, Kelly Wiseman sent a Venmo and said, what are the strongest days of the week? Saturday and Sunday. All the others are just weekdays.
I get it. I get that one too. It's really good. It's really good. Great dad jokes, you guys.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then over on Locals, which, by the way, for those of you who have joined Locals, many thanks for that. We love to see you over there. And you will be getting, along with the insiders, of course, but you will be getting exclusive content from us this week while we're together for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Judy Flood says, looking forward to meet and greet. And so are we. Just for the people that are coming into town who don't live here, I looked at the weather forecast. And if you're getting here tomorrow, you are in for the most beautiful Indianapolis day ever. It's going to be absolutely spectacular tomorrow. Friday, for our tailgaters, it's still going to be fine. It's going to be like low 80s, but cloudy. Saturday, there's a 50% chance of rain, and it's going to be warmer at so.
Why is it going to do that?
What's it's inside, but still,
that's true.
Lines and like waiting to get in could be a little dicey. So bring an umbrella just in case.
Yeah, you always want to bring an umbrella to Indy just in case.
Yeah, and snowshoes, because you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's true. It's true. Parka. You just don't know in Indy, which is why I left. That's That's why I don't live there anymore. Uh-huh.
It is very unpredictable indeed. Fuzzy Nutstein, thank you so much. Fuzzy says, happy birthday and take my money. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate all y'all. You are very, 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 very generous. And you know what is, we were just talking about dogs because of Cote Defense. Also, a reminder, since we are talking about dogs, that this nutritional supplement put together by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Ruff Greens, has everything your dog needs to live its best, healthiest life. It has all the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, the omegas, the digestive enzymes, all the good stuff, all formulated in a green powder, which you sprinkle on your dog's dry kibble, which is dead brown food for the most part. And then you sprinkle the green powder on it and boom, it comes to life. And your dog is like, only in dog. And then like they eat it up like crazy because they love the taste of it. It's like a dressing for their food. And they love it. And so if you are not convinced and you want to try it for free, you can just go to ruffchicks.com. You will get a free Jumpstart trial bag by going to that link. So why not try it? Why not see if your dog loves it? They will. And then you'll automatically want a subscription. And then you'll be like, thank you so much, Chicks, because this is the best stuff ever. And my dog has a healthier coat and better breath and has more energy. And we'll be like, I know, we told you. That's how this is going to go. So start that process and go to ruffchicks.com. ruffchicks.com. Do it. You guys.
Sticker mock.
Claire Stoner, thank you. Claire says, happy birthday. All the prayers, please, as my husband has an important interview this morning. Ooh, good luck with that.
Yes.
Good luck.
Prayers going up.
And Alexandra again says, need an arc? I know a guy.
You guys.
Dad Joke Wednesday, man. It's my favorite.
Your corny jokes.
So great. Okay. And then from yesterday, because a lot of people sent super stickers after the fact. And so I want to recognize those. These came from Rumble. Nurse Penny always sends us the super stickers or whatever they're called over on Rumble. She sends them to us after the show every day. And we so appreciate her for moderating. Really, really appreciate it. So from Becky Blizz 12, Becky said, I love you too. So glad you are both on the airways.
Thank you, Becky.
Bernadette Howarth said, happy birthday. Got me an Omaha steak subscription yesterday. The Protein Essentials. Listen to y'all almost every morning from California.
Thank you, Bernadette.
Thank you very much for that. And then Ellie, one of the Glens, our dentist friends, said, wishing the happiest birthday ever to the smiliest chick ever. May God bless you in your new year with love and joy and laughter and blessings too numerous to count. Love, love, love you, and see you on debate night. Thank you so much to the Glens for that.
And somebody asked how they can watch the debate. Quickly to answer that, we're just going to go live like we always do, like we do here, right?
Yeah, it's just going to look like this. So wherever you watch us, that's where we'll be.
Yeah. No worries.
And we'll just be watching it with y'all. Like we'll just have TV on in our hotel room and we'll be watching along with you guys.
Exactly.
Our friend Dana, thank you. Dana said, in craps, we call it the hard 10. Each die has a 5 long shot roll with a big payout, just like turning 55. Happy birthday. Buy a couple bottles of Prosecco for the debate. Love y'all. Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much. And now for some headlines. This is what Joe Biden tweeted yesterday saying, don't mess with the women of America, Donald.
Oh my God.
Donald Trump doesn't have a clue about the power of women. He's about to find out.
Yeah, they're really going hard on the abortion thing, right? It's like it's abortion, weather, and drag queens. This is what they're going with. Good luck with that. Because this is all they got. They can't run on their record. So he's threatening women.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a woman and I'm voting for Trump. So good luck with that, Joe.
Is that the power he's about to find out about?
That's exactly. How's that for power, you old crazy man?
You know what else they do, Democrats? They do these things where they get a whole bunch of people from their side of the aisle to like write scary letters threatening us about how bad Trump's going to be about fill in the blank here.
X, yeah.
Yes. And so now there is a new letter that is signed by 16 economists, Nobel Prize winning economists, who are saying, FYI, inflation's going to get worse under Trump.
Okay.
He's going to reignite it and cause lasting harm to the economy. And this is supposed to scare us like the intelligence agency letter saying, oh my God, Hunter's laptop is Russian disinformation. Come on.
It is. It's crazy. It's like you're trying to scare us about the economy. We're all living in like the shittiest economy ever. You can't scare us. It's like trying to scare Gen X.
Right?
You can't do that. It's like, we're living it. We've lived it. We're living it right now. You can't do that. Just stop it. Stop.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, one of those 16 economists married to Janet Yellen.
Oh my gosh. I'm so shocked by that. This is my shocked face. Who would marry? And by the way, who would marry her?
I don't even want to picture, because then you'll make me picture it, and I don't want to. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to know.
Like they got married and they had a wedding and they said, I'm just saying, you guys, like there are people out there. I know women who are just absolutely beautiful, sweet, lovely women who are not married, who would love to be. And that troll is married.
Yeah.
What is the world? What is it?
Crazy world.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know it is.
This was a surprising headline this morning about a place right in your neck of the woods, and that is that Baylor, they are now going to be paying a $15 million fine because their St. Luke's Medical Center and College of Medicine, they apparently had doctors who are heart surgeons that were performing very, very complicated operations that would overbook themselves. So in the middle of a surgery, because they were double booked, they would be like, okay, I'm out. I'm going to go do this other surgery over here. Hey, you resident, you not qualified yet to do this really complicated heart surgery. You take over. This happened numerous times, and they were accused of sometimes triple booking heart surgeries. And now they've got to pay up because they were discovered, and you can't do everything. You can't.
I wonder how they were discovered. I wonder who blew the whistle on them for this. It had to have been somebody from the inside. It couldn't have been a patient, unless somebody actually died and there was malpractice and then there was an investigation. But I mean, this is outrageous, you guys. So outrageous. And people are always like, oh, Baylor, it's just so prestigious. And like, this is the best of the best. Oh my God.
I know.
And you know what the moral of the story is? Don't get sick.
Don't get sick.
Don't get sick. Because this is the future of medicine, right? I mean, we have dumbed down medicine because of everything. All the things that you see across the board, because they're so much more focused on stuff that doesn't have anything to do with medicine. This is what's happening. And then they're doing this.
Because of money, too.
Because of money.
Just because of the woke stuff. But this clearly is about, we got to get more, book as many as we can, and make all the money. I mean, this is disgusting.
It is disgusting. Yeah, it's gross. God, pharma and medicine together. It's just, man, it's so disappointing.
I know. It really is.
Yeah.
These headlines always crack me up. So there's women who are refusing to have kids until climate change ends.
Okay.
Are called BirthStrikers, and they always look exactly like you think that they would.
And why is she going like that? What is this?
This is a standard photographic pose. What's wrong?
Is that?
You don't always pose like this?
Listen, it's okay. We want you to do the frigid bitch pose. Go. And go. What is that?
I don't know. No one sits like that. Like this
no one does that. Like
comfortable.
Photographer knew the assignment. He totally knew it. God, look at her face, man.
I know, man.
There's absolutely no joy. We're all delighted that you're not having kids because absolutely no joy there whatsoever.
This is an excuse that these women use when they can't find anyone who is willing to sleep with them. They'll be like, well, I'm going to take a stand.
My God. You know what she should do? She should check with Janet Yellen's husband. He may sleep with her.
He clearly has very low standards.
Yes.
There are people in the world who love inexplicably Andrew Tate, who I find to be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Of course, he has said things with which I agree. I mean, there's no denying that. Like, he says some things that are fine, but mostly he's just a disgusting, egotistical a-hole. And for whatever reason, kind of like the Foo Fighters, he's just decided to pick a fight with Taylor Swift, but in the most disgusting way. So look at what he tweeted yesterday. I could easily F Taylor Swift and end her feminism shit, real G dick moves, but she's ancient.
What?
Pyramids were brand new when she was born. 34. If you're a girl, why even live past 30 unless you have kids?
Okay. Like this.
What is
guy.
wrong with him?
There's a lot wrong with him. There's a lot wrong. Yeah, that's you. Okay, when you start saying stuff like that, listen, I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but when you start saying stuff like that, you just look insecure as a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why even live past 30 unless you have kids?
God,
what are you suggesting, Andrew? Oh my God, what a complete lunatic this guy is.
He's awful.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, there's a documentary that's, I don't know if it's out or it's coming out. It's about her and Scooter Braun.
Oh yeah, I saw the previews for that. I
want to see it. I think it's an HBO thing. Really interested in seeing that because, you know, she's always been painted as like the feminist icon in that whole situation, where she was the victim. She was the feminist victim. And I mean, did we really get the real story on that? Because business is business, right? I'd like to see what the real story was. But she used that. She used that to be like, look at me, I'm being held down by the man. And I'm very interested to hear the actual story.
Has anybody seen it? You'll have to let us know because I have not watched that yet.
I will, though. I'll watch it. Mm-hmm.
I saw perhaps the dumbest meme of all time on Twitter yesterday. And I cannot believe that this has to be explained. But somebody posted, if this on the left doesn't bother you, but this on the right does bother you, it's not your faith, it's your bigotry.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, the one on the left is never going to get beaten up for not wearing the habit. You know what I mean? The chick on the right could be stoned to death if she took that off. So let's just be clear about it not being bigotry, but actually just common sense.
and that's her occupation too. Like the one on the left, she chose that as her vocation. And she goes, it's like a life of, that is like her service to God. Like that's her job. That's her job. The one on the right, that's basically like she has no choice.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not a choice at all. That's her culture. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's why
this is so dumb. I could not believe somebody thought, oh, this is a good getcha.
No, it's not a good getcha. It's apples to watermelons, you know? It's totally weird comparison there.
I could not believe it. I saw it and I was like, what? How did somebody think that this was a good idea?
Yeah, go back and find another analogy because that one's not working.
Not at all. Thank you over on Locals to Karen Eva, who said, I'm a 59-year-old suburban white woman and I am voting for Trump. And to Belle Jean, I think, sent a tip saying, happy day after birthday. Looking forward to this weekend. Yay. We are too, for sure. C. Douglas, thank you. C. Douglas says, have a wonderful time together and I'll be sending you great vibes for a fantastic time. Alexandra says, which Bible character had no parents? Joshua, son of none. Son of none.
Again, all these biblical ones today.
I know. She's on it, man. Beach Suji, thank you. Beach Suji says, how does one train hear another train coming? With its engineers. See what she did there?
I do see. Yeah. And also here. Yeah, I do.
And then Missy Sanders, thank you. Missy says, you can't show the debate from YouTube. You'll have your channel taken down. CNN said only the authorized media can. You can do it with Rumble or X.
It's kind of like the last time we went through this and they were telling people you can't have the debate in the back. You see what I'm saying? You can't have it in the background.
Can we have it on without showing it?
Yeah, as long as we don't show it, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And we're not going to show it.
It's just going to be us with it on. Like we'll be watching it in the background, but we're not showing it.
It's just going to be us providing commentary with you guys and basically making fun of how Joe Biden is crapping his pants.
Right. It's really just going to be a party.
Yeah. So we're just going to be drinking with you guys.
You might be able to hear sounds of it in the background, but we're also going to be,
Right.
So I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then if we get shut down, then screw them. We'll just still be on those other platforms.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. I can't believe we have to worry about that
crap. I know, right?
It's so dumb.
That we have to even talk about this in the United States of America.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and try. We're going to take one for the team, you guys. We're going to try. What the heck?
my God, everything is so stupid right now.
It is stupid.
Literally everything is stupid. But what is not stupid is having this emergency medical kit in your home. So this is not a first aid kit. I don't want anybody to be confused about what's in here. What's in here is not first aid supplies, but actual medications, prescription medications that you might need in the event of like some sort of breakdown in the supply chain. If there is, because we rely on China, unfortunately, for a lot of medication.
Yeah, way too much.
If there's a shortage of certain medications, not to worry, you can have your own stash. And what's great about the wellness company, who is the company that we get these from, you'll fill out like a questionnaire with a doctor online on their website, and you'll talk about your own medical history before they'll send you this kit. But once you have the kit at home, it saves you all the trouble from having to go to an urgent care when you know you have a UTI, or maybe you have bronchitis and you know you just need an antibiotic. You don't want to sit around a bunch of other sick people or go to the ER. You've got the kit at home. So there's so many good reasons to have it. And then inside of it is this guidebook, which is so handy because it talks about every medication that's in the kit. And then it tells you, here are the different infections or whatever maladies that it treats, that specific medicine. And you can do a symptom gauge. So like you can check your symptoms against what's listed in the book, and they'll tell you, here's what you probably need to take for that. So handy, so important for everyone to have at least one of these on hand in their home for yourself and your family. And when you go, you can save 15% off the kit when you go to twc.health/ don't forget to use code CHICKS there. twc.health/ okay. Decomposing Man. That's a very odd name.
Very odd, but I like it.
I like it. He says, Dad Joke Wednesday. Waiter, the soup is cold. It's gazpacho. Is that how you say it?
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho. Yeah. Gazpacho. This soup is cold. Happy belated birthday, Mock. Love you, ladies. Oh my gosh. Curio23, thank you. He says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When the punchline becomes apparent.
Get it? I like that one. I do get it. I like that.
There's a follow-up. When does the punchline become apparent? After the delivery.
That was really good.
That was really good. It was a two.
It was very, very good.
Teresa Raimundo says so much for the free press. I know, right? Like they're going to get you every single time.
The media sucks in this country.
Oh my gosh, it's infuriating. Over on Locals, Math Nerd Knits sent a tip saying, stealing this from Dad Says Jokes on X. I was dreaming about having diarrhea and then I woke up. That's when shit got real.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, back to news. You guys are taking up too much of our time.
You're getting us into trouble. I gotta get out of here at 8:15. Come on.
There's not going to be a DD today. There may not even be talks because we gotta
stay on it, you guys.
I gotta pick her up from the airport
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh. Okay, so you'll understand my name in just a little bit, but first we need to get into the debate, right? The debate's happening on Thursday, and the networks are just falling all over themselves to analyze this to death. And you'll notice that there's a slant, obviously, with the mainstream media. They want to figure out, how can Joe Biden get Trump? What is the strategy for him to do the best against Trump? Is Trump going to be super mean? Yes, he probably will. And here's how that's going to play in Joe Biden's favor. Here is CNN. I think this is Maggie Haberman.
I don't, you saw Trump at a rally the other night saying, should I be nice or, should I be very mean? And I suspect he will interrupt less, and I suspect he will be mean, because I think that is his speed when it comes to being on the attack.
Mean in the sense of what? Like attacking Hunter Biden, or just?
I think that so I've heard conflicting things about this. I think that inevitably, when the question of Trump's criminal conviction comes up, there is a real chance Trump is then going to turn it around about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is the son of a president, but he is not running for president. And so that is just a different thing. But Trump's folks believe it is a way to get under President Biden's skin, and I don't think they would see it as a hands-off moment. Now, Trump is aware that his own attacks on Hunter Biden in that first debate in 2020 humanized President Biden. It basically gave President Biden an opportunity to say, my son is an addict, and he has a struggle that a lot of Americans have, and Trump came off looking incredibly mean and belittling to an issue that a lot of people struggle with. I don't know that we're there now. This is just a very different moment in time.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the issue coddling your son and shielding him from justice? Is that the issue? Because is that the issue? I think, listen, I think it'll be a missed opportunity if Trump doesn't ask about the chin balls. It really, I was doing that while you were drinking on purpose. It really will. Like, if he doesn't say,
oh my God, I was not ready for that.
What the hell is that? What are those? Did you do that on purpose? Or like, I mean, what's happening here? Did you pay somebody to put those in there? Because they're wobbling around now, Joe.
Yeah.
And we're all concerned, and they're terrifying. You're scaring children. In addition to sniffing them, you're scaring them with your chin balls. Hashtag chin balls. If he doesn't ask about the chin balls, it's a missed opportunity.
I don't think he's going to do that.
He should. Why? If he listens to the show, I implore you, President Trump. I implore
First of all, I
you
don't
to
think he listens to the show.
Well, he should.
He's going to do
he
that.
Should listen to. He should. Everybody should tell him to listen to this show, and he should take my advice to just ask, because I mean, it would unify America. I feel like that would just unify all of us. Really. Even some people who are on the left, they would be like, "Oh my God, yeah, I noticed it too."
Okay, but like, what do you think about how if he should he mention Hunter, or should he just let?
Yeah, he should totally mention Hunter.
Really, I don't think he should.
Yeah, okay, he should. I mean, I think he should get a dig in. It would.
I don't know if it didn't work for him last time. People are saying that
listen,
made him look mean.
The only thing that he should mention about Hunter is that Hunter has been given special treatment.
Yeah.
That's not mean.
And he should mention Hunter in terms of how Joe Biden has used his son to enrich himself.
Totally.
And vice versa, that the whole thing is so corrupt.
Why wouldn't
he ignored?
Why wouldn't he say that? I mean, he doesn't listen. I know people are like, it's so mean because he's got a drug problem. Okay, whatever. But he has done all the things that we just said. Yeah. And he has been given special treatment, and there is a 2-tier system of justice. And I don't think that that's a problem bringing that up, because those are facts, just like his chin balls.
Okay. See?
All facts, all data.
Facts. It's true. Does Nicole Wallace call herself a journalist?
Yes.
You know, she does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does.
Oh, my God.
Don't you think? I feel like she does, because
she probably does, which is why this is incredible. So she decided to talk about the debate and analyze the debate and prepare for the debate and strategize the debate. Michael Cohen, okay, also a convicted felon.
Oh my God, and a liar. That guy is a proven liar.
But the way that this is not journalism, what you're about to see. This is absolutely disgusting. She's basically saying, okay, you know him really well. Like, how should Biden get him? What should be the strategy for Biden to really get him?
Biden to talk to you about the debate and specifically how to get under Trump's skin. I have this fantasy that Biden comes out there and he says, it's 10 o'clock. You know, I kissed my wife. I swore on a Bible I'm not trying to sell my supporters for a profit. Donald Trump had to share his location with his parole officer. How does Biden use this in a way that we know bothers Donald Trump?
Journalism.
Well, first of all, there are a large number of topics that get under Trump's skin, including what Mr. Landrieu just was referring to, the number of bankruptcies, talking about, Donald's poor business acumen. You talk about, of course, him being a stable genius. You talk about things like sharks and boats and water and electrocution. And then you talk about his belief that he can do anything in 24 hours. But it's not just the topics that you bring out that get under Trump's skin. It's also how you say it. The delivery by Joe Biden has to be a legitimate, almost like a comedic type of delivery, one that pokes fun at Donald. It's not just necessarily the topics.
God, I mean, their voices together almost give me a seizure. I can't.
I know.
Together in one room. She fantasizes about this. Like she used the word fantasy. She's mentally ill, you guys. Like these people have problems. Like that's what they sit alone by themselves with their cats and they fantasize about this stuff. Like she's like, it's my fantasy. That's your fantasy?
And you say that out loud as a journalist?
Like, get a life, lady.
Oh my God.
You're pathetic. Oh my God.
Karen Eva on Local says Trump then needs to mention the border and all the illegal drugs if Biden talks about his son's drug addiction. Oh, he needs to mention the border. All right. Yeah, there's no question about that.
And that fentanyl is the #1 killer of Americans aged 18 to 44. That's huge. It's absolutely huge. They're doing nothing about that. In fact, they're inviting more people in and they're like, we're going to go ahead and make you American citizens so you can vote for us. Yeah. I mean, that's their solution to that. There should be that is a public health crisis, you guys. And they're not treating it as such. It's crazy.
Well, and Trump also needs to focus on the fact that all of his EOs were undone by Joe Biden on his first day.
Yep.
And so, and look where that got us.
Yep.
I mean, he's going to be fine if he sticks to what
the issues
did and what Joe Biden has done since.
The absolute issue. Yeah, totally. I mean, and he has the audacity that the Democrats have the utter audacity to point their fingers at Republicans and say that it's our fault that the border is a mess.
Right.
Screw you. I hope he goes for the jugular on that.
Yeah. Tishy68 on Locals said, I just joined Locals and I'm coming to meet you this weekend. Guess I'm a fan, LOL. I'm bringing my bestie of 63 years.
Oh my gosh.
We met in first grade. We cannot wait to meet you too.
I love it. That is so
awesome.
Sweet. I love it.
And Janine Gledhill, thank you. Janine says, I am so ding dang dong sad that I can't join y'all this weekend. Come to Waco or Texas soon. Happy after birth, Mock.
I think we're going to we'll hope. I mean, I feel like Texas and South Carolina are definitely on the horizon. I just don't know where in Texas. Cause I live near Waco, but I don't know where. It may be.
I don't know where in South Carolina.
We just don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. John Newbaum, thank you. John says, may not be a good dad joke, but here goes. My wife said I don't pay her enough attention, so I gave her $1. It's not great, John. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to level with you. It's not great. But you tried, and we appreciate it.
It was an A for effort.
That's right. Yeah. Avitar Ashkenazi, thank you. He says, good morning from NYC. That changed for the worse. Came from Israel to see Trump destroying Biden. Some weirdo already tried to rob me and got knocked out. F around with an ex-IDF soldier and find out.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Why are you in NYC though?
Yeah. Why did you go there?
That's awful.
It's disgusting. There's so many beautiful places in this country.
Don't meet and greet. I would have loved to have given an IDF soldier a hug. Man.
Oh, me too. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Back to all the media outlets just like agonizing over this debate. So next are some guys from Pod Save America, which is an inexplicably popular leftist
I don't understand
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
What kind of Donald Trump shows up, I think, is one of the biggest questions because, he's out there in front of his biggest, weirdest fans. And he's like, should I be nice or should I be mean? And they want him to be mean and he wants to give them what they want. But his campaign is hoping that Donald Trump doesn't make it a show about how extreme and dangerous Donald Trump is. And the format, which a lot of people are saying, they're going to shut off Trump's mic. Ha, ha, ha. We're going to shut off Trump's mic. It might be conducive to keeping that kind of Trump in check. I think the other side of it is 5 minutes into a debate, Donald Trump's going to forget any kind of prep. And then he's going to go all instinct. And then he's not going to be able to stop himself.
Yeah, but he often plays to kind of the crowd he's in front of. I mean, he often is very different when he's in a more muted setting. If he doesn't have that audience there, and the assumption is it'll hurt Trump, but also could be a benefit. And how does the Biden campaign prepare for something like that if Trump is more restrained?
Yeah, I think you have to prepare for the worst, which is Donald Trump saying absolutely vicious personal things about your son, your family, your finances, right? Live fire drill where you as a staffer have to say to the president of the United States all the worst things you could imagine Donald Trump will say. And then you also have to prepare for a more measured, steady Trump and how you sort of parry that, but also try to bring out from him all the things that people like the least. Like, you want to bring out Donald Trump, the Twitter feed, and not let him pretend to be a statesman for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
They are just the pontification. They're freaked out.
I hope that's what it is, because they're they're all in on helping Biden. Here's everything you need to know to beat him.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so blatant. You know what I mean?
The fact that he has spent 7 days preparing for this and trying to get the right cocktail of drugs in his system and trying to get on a sleep schedule because he can't stay up past 8 o'clock. And just everything that they're doing to prepare this guy, which is crazy because he should be running the country, because the country is in a freaking dumpster fire right now. It's just so telling. They're all freaking out so bad because they know that he can't run on issues. He can't run on his history, his record. And so they're scrambling. All the pontification to me is, they're terrified, Kim. They're terrified. I think they're terrified.
It does make me, just based on what that last guy was saying, I would love for the expectation to be that Trump is going to come out swinging on Hunter and just being an asshole and like all that stuff. And I want the other Trump to show up. I want them to be so unprepared for Trump to just be normal and measured and just.
I think he will be.
I think they will not know what to do.
I think he will be, Mock, but but you got to remember who the moderators are, and they're going to ask questions that are shitty.
Yeah,
and
he knows that.
He already is on the defense. He already is like it put in a corner. And so they're gonna try to get him to be, Twitter Trump, because they want him to do that. Even though they're like, oh my God, he's gonna be so mean. He's so mean. No matter what he says, they're gonna say he's so mean. Because that's who they think he is. When he just tells the truth and they say that he's mean. I mean, it's so stupid. He's not gonna win this debate according to them. He will never win it, even if he wins it.
Yeah, that's true. That's
just the bottom line.
Steve Cortes had some things to say about the upcoming debate. And
I think Joe Biden will show up and do two things. Number one, he will call Donald Trump a convicted felon as many times as he possibly can. Number two, he's going to try to raise abortion as an issue as many times as he can. Why? Because those are the only two issues he has. Literally, there's nothing else. He cannot defend his own record. He certainly cannot defend his record on the economy nor on the border, which are far and away the two most important issues on voters' minds. And again, not my opinion. That is per any survey out there, far and away the top two issues. So instead, he will try to disparage the president and he will try to fearmonger over abortion.
Yep. I mean, I totally agree. It's abortion, weather, and drag queens. That's what they're running on.
Yep.
Honest to God, that's all they got.
And convicted felon.
Convict, and he's going to call him a felon the whole time because they think they can't. Like, we give a crap. Bring it.
So Frank Luntz, of course, ready and excited to analyze this, but he looks so beleaguered, like he looks so defeated already. And it's interesting that CNN is asking. I don't think they're prepared for the way that Frank Luntz is addressing their analysis of this upcoming debate.
That someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
What is it about these moments? What is it about those moments you think struck a chord and had such an impact? What does this represent?
Because nobody expected Donald Trump to say that. And the pundits really condemned him for doing it. And our voters said, wait a minute, he's holding her accountable. It's about time that politicians are held accountable. That's one of the great frustrations in America. That's why we're so angry, because we think politicians will say and do anything and then actually do exactly the opposite of what they promise.
Even if he's kind of suggesting would be like directing his Justice Department to go after a political opponent.
And that's exactly what the pundits said. And the voters said, he's actually going to do this. I want someone who's that tough, who's going to look me straight in the eye. And
kind of like what Joe's done to Trump.
Right?
You can tell she got so flustered. She's like, kind of like, kind of like that, lady. Kind of like what Joe is doing to Trump right now. Can you not see? They can't see. They have no self-awareness. God.
It's all projection. Always.
Total projection.
Karen Elliott, thank you. Karen says, amazing how the most out of touch people in media are telling us what we want. LOL. Happy belated, Mock. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, Pelosi. So Pelosi's still being asked to come on talk shows inexplicably. I want everybody, I told Daisy this morning before the show, I need for all of you to join me in being super irritated by the fact that in every single solitary interview she ever does ever, at least once, and most of the time more often, she will use the phrase, and the rest. Every freaking time. Like when she's talking about whatever it is, she's talking
with her hands,
taxes and the money and the rest
with their monkey and the symbol hands.
It makes me insane that she says that all the time.
What does that even mean?
Get on board. I don't know.
What does it mean though? Do we know what it means? No, we don't understand anything.
It's her way
that she
of
says.
saying etc. Essentially.
Oh, okay. It's her ellipsis, if you will.
Yeah, and it makes me crazy. I don't know why it's like such this earworm for me.
Yeah,
but I need for everybody to get mad about it.
Okay. We're all going to get mad on your behalf. Totally.
Okay.
We're all mad about it.
Here she is talking about polls and the rest.
A poll today that said among young people 18 to 30 that Biden was ahead by 23 points, that people did care about a woman's right to choose, LGBTQ and minority issues. They cared about the planet and the rest. So again, we don't agonize, we organize to get out that vote.
They don't agonize, they organize, you guys. That's what they do. Yeah, she's completely out of touch. This is a woman that's worth $120 million and the rest. 120 million she's worth because of insider trading. Yeah. She's a freaking criminal, this lady. So going back to the whole like Luntz thing where he was like, Americans just want people to be held accountable. Remember when she was like, I don't want the tax on billionaires. I don't want people to be held accountable in Congress when it comes to insidership. Remember when she was like she was all squirrely when people asked her about that kind of stuff? See, we want people in office to be held accountable. And that's why, right. That's why we like people like Trump. And they don't like him because of that. Yeah.
Exactly. Douche Elias, thank you. He says spent 7 days getting his meds right. Yeah, I mean, that's what they've been doing. They're prepping him, getting him sleeping. Shannon Pope, thank you. She says, what do you call a person that won't fart in public? A private tutor. She says, love you ladies and looking forward to a South Carolina meet and greet. There will be one someday.
Yes.
Sanderson 65 over on Locals sent a tip saying Daisy has Bernie and now Mock has Nancy. I love it. I don't know that I'm very good at it. I'm not good at it.
That's actually, it was really good. Do it again.
And the rest.
And the rest.
And the rest. And the rest. It's always with the hands too.
It's like she does that. She's constantly talking like this. Always.
I just really want people, whenever you see her, to just be listening for that phrase because it's a tell. Like it's a thing that she uses all the time. Kind of like how KJP is always like, we're
gotta be
very clear. Look. And here she is. This is hilarious. She's trying to say that prices at the grocery store are down.
Yes. Eggs and milk, and there were grocery things that were up. It has gone down. It has gone down since 2022. Gas prices, because of the actions that this president took, and let's not forget there was an invasion, but Russia did obviously into Ukraine that caused gas prices to tick up. The president took action, tapped the SPR, and we saw gas prices go down. The president has met the moment with every issue that we have had in front of us.
Okay. Yeah. So grocery things. Does she mean food? Is that what she's talking about? A grocery thing. They can try all they want to try to this whole like you can spin and spin and spin, but you can't. People are going to understand how much money is in their bank account.
Yeah.
They understand that. So you can lie, you can try to make somebody think otherwise, but I know how much money is in my bank account. I know how much I'm spending at the grocery store, and you're full of shit.
Yeah.
You're full of shit. And so you cannot spin that. You just can't. People understand that. And then they understand how much they don't have in their bank account as opposed to what they had in their bank account 4, 5, 10 years ago. So it's like, it's just not working. It doesn't work with people. They're on to them. And this is a lie that they cannot make stick. They just can't with the American people. It's like, they may think that we're stupid. Maybe on some things Americans are stupid, but not this. It's the economy,
Mm-hmm. Well, and I know, because my husband does I couldn't begin to tell you what things used to cost at the grocery store versus what they cost now, because I just don't grocery shop. He does that. But at the last time, and every family typically has their regular grocery shop, like what you ordinarily get in a week, right? Like it's pretty standard.
Totally.
So he called me from the grocery store. This was last week. And he was like, our regular grocery shop costs now what our Thanksgiving grocery shops cost last year, the year before. You know what I mean? Like, it's in no way going
insane.
Down. It's crazy.
Insane. Yeah, it is crazy. And you feel it every month. Like, our grocery bill has gone up so much that you have to cut in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is feeling that. And so they just can't. There is no spectacular enough that is going to make somebody feel richer than they are. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And the way that they all keep trying to pretend that we just are crazy to be thinking that everything costs more, housing, everything, all of it. They are lunatics for thinking that this is going to stick. You're absolutely right. Bryzer on Local sent a tip saying, my mom called me yesterday and said we need to have a drinking game during the debate. Drink every time the word felon is said. Pretty certain we would end up in the hospital.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh.
KJP also claims that when Joe Biden has an opportunity to talk to the American people, well, by golly, he meets that moment, which is such an ridiculous thing to say, considering how he rarely does interviews, he rarely does press conferences, and he basically got forced into this debate. But listen to her talking about meeting the moment.
There's an opportunity for this president to speak to millions of Americans. He shows up and he meets the moment. So obviously the president's going to look forward to Thursday doing just that, laying out what he normally does, what he's done the last 3.5 years, how he's going to continue to build on the economy. We're talking about historic numbers in creating jobs, low unemployment rate, and not forgetting that we can't leave communities that have been normally left behind, right?
Everything she said was a lie. Everything. She's just a complete liar. Wow.
Yep.
How does she sleep at night? It's astounding.
No alone, at least.
Yeah.
She sleeps alone. I can tell you that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's divorced from her wife.
No woman could put up with her. Yeah.
But I'll tell you who can put up with her. It's those two bitches from that one podcast that I won't name because I don't even know the name of it.
Oh my God.
Of course, had her on.
Of course.
I guess they have like this bit where they say, hit it or leave it. I don't know. You'll hear it. Hit it or quit it. That's probably it.
Okay.
So like we mentioned earlier, what did you say are the top 3 issues that Democrats have that they
abortion, weather, and drag queens?
Yes. And so they chose the latter to ask KJP whether she would hit it or quit it.
Hit it, drag queens.
Oh, hit that. Look, I grew up in New York City where drag queens was you would go to drag queen brunches. It was the thing to do.
It was the thing to do.
Yeah. So she would hit it. Those women look exactly the same. It's like they went to the Dr. Seuss like plastic surgeon. God.
Oh my God. I hate them so much.
Yeah, me too.
Janet Yellen, here's the reason for my name today. So Janet Yellen she's so useless. What a useless goblin. So she sat down for an interview. I don't even know who this is with, but she was asked about the grocery store prices and claims hilariously to go to the grocery store, which is complete nonsense. There's no way that she does her own grocery shopping. Now, at the very end, you don't see her respond to the question about whether she gets sticker shock, which is the name, hence my name, but you will hear her. So listen closely.
Have you been to the grocery store lately?
I sure have. I go every week.
It's sticker shock, isn't it?
No.
Did you hear her say no?
She goes, no. I mean, that's not surprising though, because what is she worth? Like $16 million? $20 million. Yeah. Her net worth is $20 million. Because, I mean, naturally, she's a public servant, you guys. So she's worth a shit ton of money. I mean, hello. They're all worth that much money. I mean, that's how you become rich, right? Is becoming a public servant. That's what it is. And so you don't have to worry about grocery prices. I'm not bitter, though. I'm not bitter at all. I'm not.
Well, I'm glad you're not. But this woman that you're going to hear from next in a grocery store, quite bitter, and rightly so.
Yep.
Let me show you Biden's fucking America for those that still want to vote for this.
I love her.
Are you ready? Because I'm in the grocery store right now. So let's go. I'm sorry. $6.19 for Lay's potato chips?
Yep.
Let's go to ground beef. You ready? Ground beef before the discount is $12.58.
God,
now it's
insane.
$10.02.
What a
Let's
bargain.
go to some fucking steak. You ready? Okay. All of you that want to continue voting for this fucking scumbag.
Yeah,
okay?
totally.
Let's look at the steak. Oh my God. $39 for 2 steaks before the discount. Shall I go on? Let's go over here. Oh my God. $64 for, I don't even know what it is. Yeah. Before you vote, think about the prices of food. Got it?
She's absolutely right.
She's so mad.
And I'm mad with her. It's insane. And
Everybody
then
should be mad.
And then
Everybody
Yellen's
should be
like,
furious.
no, I don't have sticker shock, because I'm effing loaded because I take your money every single month. And I have a pension that I can count on because of you loser taxpayers. I have a pension that I don't have to worry about retirement like you losers. I don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff because I just keep getting a total flow of money from taxpayers. What do I care? I'm loaded. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
I hate
all these people.
Melody Hennigan, thank you. Melody says, we paid our mortgage off last year about this time. So my husband always comments that we should be rolling in the cash. I said, no, you need to go grocery shopping.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So even when you're ahead, which congrats, that's
you're
like
not.
that's
amazing. It is a huge accomplishment. But yeah, you
Yeah.
should be. You should be living high on the hog and you're not. And imagine the people that don't have their mortgage paid off.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I mean, it's like that. It's insane. It really is. And then try saving for a kid's college and doing, I mean, everybody's hurting and these people just don't get it. So the people that are still like, oh my God, I'm going to vote for Biden. I question their sanity. I really do.
Same. Caitlin Kitless. Thank you. I love that name. Caitlin Kitless. That's such a fun name.
It's a great name.
She says, who's running the country while Joe's prepping? Same people that run it when he's not prepping.
Yeah, it's Obama. Obama and Valerie Jarrett. That's who's running the country.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's Larry O'Connor talking about what Janet Yellen's comments about grocery shopping. And I think he is absolutely 100% spot on.
To call Janet Yellen going to the grocery store once a week. Does anyone believe that Janet Yellen goes to the grocery store, gets her little shopping cart, and throws a box of rice-a-roni in there?
Totally.
Weekly grocery spending. Janet Yellen does not go to the grocery store every week. She just doesn't. Janet Yellen has not cooked her own meal in about 25 years.
Right.
She can't reach the stove. But then this reporter, God bless her, for Yahoo Finance, she says, it's sticker shock, isn't it? And Janet Yellen says, no. Have you been to the grocery store lately? Yes, every week. It's sticker shock, isn't it? No. And the reporter just lets it go and just moves on.
Yeah. And that's journalism. That's American journalism. No follow-up question, no pushback. Just, oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. May I have another? Yes, ma'am. May I have another? Let me just bend over. God, idiots. That's journalism.
Douche Elias, thank you. He says, this is how Dems rule. You pay more for their lifestyle and then get ridiculed for questioning it.
Right.
Yeah,
It's called socialism is what it is. Crazy.
Judy Flackney, thank you very much. Judy says, everyone needs to send our weekly grocery receipts to Yellen and then send our gas receipts as well and ask for an explanation. Well, she'll just tell you it's just transitory. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it is. It's just, and in fact, I read an article yesterday and she's saying that She said, this is a quote, "I do expect inflation to come down. And as we get into next year, I believe that inflation will go back to the Fed's 2% target."
If she's saying it, then the opposite will happen.
Right. She's like, there's not going to be a recession. Like, no, everything's great. And you're absolutely right, Mock. Whatever she says, the opposite will happen. So expect it.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. The crap's going to hit the fan. I mean, it will not sustain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to some good news because, again, this is going to be a shorter show today. I don't even know if we're going to have time to schlong today, you guys.
Yeah, we may not.
We got to get out of here in the next 20 minutes. But we have to get to the best news ever. And we all have to collectively celebrate that Jamaal Bowman is gone. He lost his primary. Best news ever. And we have a lot of stuff to share about it because the memes are glorious. Everything that's happening right now, glorious. But what caught my eye yesterday before this even happened is that Andrew Cuomo was tweeting about it. And here's what he wrote. He said, Jamaal Bowman should pull the fire alarm again because he's going to be smoked by Latimer for New York today.
Oh my
gosh. The message
gosh.
is clear. Anti-Semitism in any and all forms will not be tolerated in New York. And you can't call yourself a progressive without making progress.
I mean,
I was like,
good for him.
Andrew Cuomo.
Good for him. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he really is just a disgusting anti-Semite.
God, just the worst.
Isn't he the worst? Yeah, he's the worst. But there's a lot of them. And seriously, there's a lot of them in the Democrat Party. Mm-hmm. And so it's nice to see a couple of the Democrats calling that out, but there's not nearly enough.
Nope. And the excuses that his supporters are making for him. Oh my gosh, you guys, wait until you hear from this one chick on TikTok who's trying to claim, and this was amazing, that there are some right-wing outlets that are darkening his skin.
What?
Which I was like, there's no need.
Crying out loud.
Not needed. But also they are trying to blame it on AIPAC sending all the money. They spent like $20 million in, influencing the campaign or whatever with attack ads or whatever it is that they did. They're mad at AIPAC for lying when all AIPAC really did was shine a spotlight on Jamaal Bowman and his actual viewpoints. That's all they did. And they're mad that the truth came out. So the excuses, ridiculous, but you're about to hear.
I'm like every emotion right now, so bear with me. Jamaal Bowman, one of the most progressive members of Congress, one of the kindest people that I have met, just lost his race because AIPAC spent more money on this race than anyone has ever spent in a congressional primary ever in history. And if anyone tells you that this race was lost for any other reason other than a multi-million-dollar smear campaign, they are lying to you. Jamaal Bowman brought over $1 billion for his district for climate resiliency, infrastructure, gun violence prevention, and more. That doesn't seem to matter to the coalition of Hillary Clinton, Trump-backed donors, and AIPAC. Spending $2 million a week on ads that smear Jamaal Bowman and darken his skin color. No, they have—
Oh my God. What in the world? Darkened is— What? And also, what the hell is climate resiliency? What is that? Why? What does that even mean? It's like so taxpayer money is going towards being resilient to the weather. I don't, what is that? Are we are we buying people umbrellas? What are we doing? What is that? Seriously, I'd like to know, this is the kind of stuff that I need people to be accountable for. Cause I don't know as a taxpayer, I don't know what that means. What the hell is climate resiliency? And why do taxpayers have to even think about paying for that? Especially when we're broke. We have, you know what I mean? We're like 30 something trillion dollars in debt. It's probably higher than that. It's all stupid. Everybody's stupid. And nobody darkened his skin.
Nobody darkened his skin.
Shut up.
What an idiotic thing to say.
God, it's so stupid.
AIPAC for a smear campaign when all they did, again, is just say, hey, here's who he is. Here's what he said about the Jewish state. Here's why he says from the river to the sea. That's all they had to do is just say here's the truth about Jamaal.
They hate truth. They hate it. The truth is like kryptonite to these people.
New York Times initially posted this as their headline, that Bowman falls in a House primary overtaken by flood of pro-Israel money.
Oh my God.
They got heat for that, and rightly so.
They should.
And then they changed it to Bowman to Latimer and a loss for progressive Democrats.
Yeah, okay. God, who wrote that the first time?
Just absolutely ridiculous.
Right. The person who wrote it the first time is also an anti-Semite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people are shameless.
Completely shameless.
God.
And then there was this. So it says, I saw an announcement that Jamaal Bowman had won renomination. Turned out it was a false alarm.
Oh my God, the memes. It's so great.
God, the memes are my favorite thing
so
about
great.
Dave Rubin tweeted, breaking, Bowman refuses to concede, cites Palestinian Health Ministry, which has him up by 200,000. Oh God. I just love it. I can't get enough of
I know, right? God. What's he gonna so what does he do now? What does he do?
I don't know. I hope he just fades into obscurity.
He won't. Because he's basically a squad member, right?
Yeah, he's part of
He's like the dude squad member. He won't fade into obscurity because these people never do. They're like cockroaches. They constantly find a way to, be in the public space. So it's like he'll run for something else or
yeah, he will.
He'll be like Beto. He'll run for governor of something.
Well, here he is after the vote, and he's mad as hell, and he's roided out as usual, and he's again blaming this on AIPAC and not taking any accountability for the fact that he completely alienated the entire Jewish population in his district. Here is some of what he said.
Should not be well adjusted to a sick society. We should be outraged. We should be outraged when a super PAC of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true. We should be outraged about that. We should be outraged when, unfortunately, some so-called Democrats are aligning themselves with radical, racist, right-wing Republicans. We should be outraged about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God!
And
it's
just
right-wing Republicans' fault.
Racist. You forgot the racist part. Radical racist.
He's
right
fine he's mad about that dark money, but George Soros money, give me.
Oh yeah, bring it, Daddy Soros.
Sorry that the right wing is using your tactics.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God, whatever, dude. Bye. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Jose Rodriguez, thank you. Jose says, how many South Americans does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
Brazilian. Here's some wax money. Safe travels, Daisy. Alexandra, she says, I volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul through my church, and we don't even have funds anymore to help the less fortunate until the end of next month. Most Americans can't even afford to tithe anymore.
This is the thing. They can't, and that's not okay.
Mm-mm. Janine Klimt, thank you. She says, when my children were young, I fed us on $35 a week, 5 of us. Yes, I cooked a lot of rices and beans, but I can't imagine trying to feed a family in Biden's economy. Thank you.
I know. I look around at some of the people like the swim parents and stuff. Some of them have 2, 3, 4 kids. And I'm like, I don't know how they're doing it. We've got one and it's tough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how these people do it, you guys. It's crazy.
It is absolutely bananas. Andrea Viola, thank you. She says Americans tolerate it. So who is really to blame? I mean, we don't. We do what we can, right? But
we do.
There's a whole bunch of Americans that either don't vote and don't pay attention, or they vote so stupidly that they send us all into utter destruction.
Or they think I can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to take it. That's like staying in an abusive marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it when people do that. And when people say that to me, I don't like getting involved in politics. Why?
You're involved because you're living in the country.
Right. It affects you every day. You have to be involved, or then don't complain when your kids have a bad life or your grandkids have a bad life. Because politics is life. It's American life.
Mm-hmm. Trucker 2022. Thank you. He says it's money for the climate lies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, it's all a huge, giant lie. Lady Shenandoah, thank you very much. Lady says, it's so nice to see the infighting in the Democratic Party, and that girl better get a new identity after mentioning Hillary.
Right. Uh-huh.
I know there's lots and lots of fans of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I will give her props for this video because she also took the opportunity to make so much fun of Jamaal Bowman. Here she is.
Hi, everyone. We're at the infamous door where Jamaal Bowman claims he had to pull a fire alarm to get out. Now, these doors are open on weekdays. Every member of Congress knows that. Everybody that works here knows that. But on Saturdays and Sundays, they are locked, and only certain doors are open on Saturdays and Sundays. Now, come on over here. This right here is a fire alarm. Nowhere does it say, pull the fire alarm to open the exit door. Doesn't say that, and I think ex-middle school principals know better.
Oh my God, I love it. See, you love her there.
I mean,
love that.
To be fair, that was a 3.5 minute clip where she also walks through the entire Capitol building, and it's exhausting. And I was like, okay, MTG, I'm over you. But this piece was golden. So I did put it down quite a bit.
That was pretty great.
That was pretty great.
Yeah.
And then Dave Rubin created this out of AOC's insane performance on that event stage over the weekend. Look at what he made.
Oh my God, I love it. That is just so great.
But then unfortunately, AOC won her renomination, which is just,
I don't get it. Again, with the stupid people.
I know.
Like, why? And look at how the percentage.
Yeah, the spread was huge.
She's
got all the name recognition, and
I don't get it.
Yeah, her area is so stupid.
They're bored.
But it's a primary, so let's see. Maybe there's enough Republicans in the area that will finally come out and do something about her.
God, I don't know, but I hope so. You gotta hope, because wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have just 10 minutes left, and so I'm gonna modify one of these videos and shorten it a little bit because I want to make sure that everybody sees the information that we have about a very important new drug. And this is a drug brought to you by the pharmaceutical company of Jimmy Fallon.
If you're having trouble sleeping, ask your doctor about Bidenica, the sleep aid made from 100% Joe Biden press conference.
The best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Bidenica has a patented blend of confusion and forgetfulness that will calm the most overactive brains.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it.
When they sold out American jobs and killed the Keystone Pipeline, it kept me up all night worrying about how we'd pay our bills. But then I got Bidenica, and I've never slept better.
Sometimes when I get hopped up on sugar, my parents give me Bidenica so I pass out. Other times they give it to me during the day, probably so they can do the deed. Gross.
Warning, people who have used Bidenica have experienced rapid lying and an inability to secure the southern border. Others have hallucinated and fought breakfast cereals.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Ask your doctor if Bidenica is right for you.
Yeah, I need some Bidenica, you guys. I do. Sometimes I get the insomnia, and I think She Who Laughs said that also results in rapid lying. It does. That's a side effect. You know, they always have a lot of side effects. Yeah, they do. And the diarrhea, you know, the pooping your pants, and you know, that happens too. But it's worth it. Careful. If you need to sleep, you may just want to be careful with the side effects.
Check on those contraindications.
Always.
I regret to inform you that men have no idea how women's bodies work. This is like really, really unfortunate, but you're about to hear some men on the streets being asked by a woman, do you know if a woman is on her period and she wears a tampon, how does she pee? It's an actual question. And you guys, these men have no idea.
I'll pee with a tampon in.
I've always wondered this.
I have no idea, dude. Does she take it out? She takes it out. Yeah, take it out.
You hold it off to the side or take it out, or maybe it absorbs stuff anyway, so it could do both at the same time.
You just pee into it.
You have to take it out first, and then they have to put in a new one.
You guys got to take it out, right? You got to pull it out every time? Jeez.
Can a girl go swimming on her period?
Depends on if it's in the ocean. There might be the risk of attracting the sharks.
The sharks.
God.
You don't want to do that in the ocean because of the sharks, you guys.
Oh my God.
It's-
You guys know there's 2 holes, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
it's-
know that.
Okay, but here's the great, like my husband, back in the day when I would send him for female supplies, he has stories of like being in the aisle and there being like a super young dude who just looks utterly confused. And he'd be like, "Do you need help?" Because he was so good at, like, he was so experienced at buying the things because he's had an older daughter, now he's a me, and then and he's like, "Listen, I'm here to help." You know what I mean? There should always be an older guy that can help the younger men with all of these things because there's no class, there's no class on this. I feel a little bit sorry for those guys because they don't.
Oh my God. They're older though. These weren't like young guys. I mean, some of them were grown ass adults that should know better, that should have some experience in that region. You know,
like,
like
they need to be pulled aside and like told by maybe an older gentleman, this is how this works. And then let me show you, like, at least tell you this is, because God bless them. God bless
Elizabeth Boyer, thank you. She says, "Safe flight, Daisy. See you both on Friday and Saturday."
Thank you.
Look forward to it. 2 more things, and then we got to go. And the first thing is, because we talked about Hawk Tuah Girl yesterday, actually the day before, and then my name yesterday was Mock Tuah. But somebody requested from AI, like Chat GPT or whatever, somebody said, "Can you please create a country song about Hawk Tuah?" And you guys, I don't even like country music, and I love this song. Like, it's such a good song. You have to hear it.
Met her at the bar, her eyes a shade of blue. She whispered in my ear, "Trust me, I know what to do." She grabbed my hand, took me out by the creek, and that's when my penis sprung a leak. She gave me that Hawk Tuah down by the creek. She spit on that thing, made my knees go weak. When she finished, just smiled and grinned, and that's when I knew that an angel could sing.
This is so like new country.
It's so good. I love it.
With a mischievous grin.
It basically sounds like every new country song. So you actually would like new country if you listen to some.
I love this song. I love it.
Her breath on my skin, soft whispers in the night.
It's
so my God.
So good.
I can't.
Everything felt
that poor family. This girl has put her family through hell.
Tuah down by the creek. She spit on that thing, made my knees go weak. When she finished,
oh my God.
So good, you guys. It's so good.
You would like new country then, because they all sound, every single new country song, am I wrong, you guys? It all sounds like that song. All of it. Every single one.
I've heard a lot of new country and didn't like it, so I don't know.
Promise you would like it.
I do like Morgan Wallen. Ashley Crick said you would like Morgan Wallen, and I do.
Yeah.
And I love all of his his collaborations with like hip hop people. I love those. I love them. So anyway, I just love that song. It's gonna be my new ringtone, just FYI. And then lastly, before we go, we need to show you something cute, right? Because we normally do talks and we don't have time for talks, but I did have one thing that we do have time for, and that is the sound of a chipmunk eating. It's the cutest. So listen carefully.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my. That's so sweet.
Isn't it?
That's very sweet.
I know. I loved it
That's
so
really,
much.
really, that's darling. Very, very cute.
Anyway, sorry about the short show today, you guys.
Yeah, you guys, it's my fault because I hate traveling and I have to drive and then I have to park and then I have to shuttle and then because I got to go to a whole different city and then I've got to fly and then I've got to first I've got to get felt up by TSA and then and they're not going to even buy me breakfast. I mean, it's a whole production, you guys. A whole production.
Steve said you need a chipmunk.
Hey, Steve, you're right. I need a chipmunk. You didn't let me down.
Really quickly, I need to thank Ivy Hostetler.
A gift.
Ivy dropped off, like, because she lives in this town. She dropped off like Prosecco and water and like the most amazing bag of treats for you and I to enjoy while we're at the hotel together the rest of this week. So sweet. Thank you for that. So very
thank you.
Yeah,
especially for the Prosecco. Thank you. and I heard there's pickles too, which I love me some pickles. Very excited. And Jill said that the TSA is going to love my new boobs, and you're right. They really will. They're going to be so excited about my new boobs. They're going to zone in on them immediately because they're gigantic now. Yes, you guys. Okay, everybody have a wonderful day, and we will see you together tomorrow.
Yes, same time. We'll be at our normal time, so we'll see you.
Bye, guys. Bye.